Hey everybody, don't distraction. Coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thought I'd do a quick back to drawing board, talk about comic books, show you it's on my drawing table, and let you know the Kickstarter campaign is launched. Thank you so much to all the people that have checked it out. Link is in my bio, link is in the description. Super excited to have Hit and Run ready to go on Kickstarter. Go right now to Kickstarter, Hit and Run, my newest creator-owned comic book project, my best work yet. And yeah, I'm really excited to have it ready. And I was psyched to have it launch. It's always a bit stressful to launch a campaign. I haven't done Kickstarter for the last few campaigns, so I wanted to try Kickstarter again and just kind of keep it moving and try something different. And hopefully people like the work and want to support it and get issue 1 and issue 0. Physical copies of issue 1 and 0 are available. And you can also get original art from the series. You can also get commissions. So happy to do commissions. Yeah, I'm looking right now at Instagram. I'm live on Instagram and YouTube. So JFooks91. Yeah, commissions are available in the Kickstarter campaign. Go right now to Kickstarter. Link is in my bio, and you can get a commission there and help us hit goal. And happy to draw what you want. Draw whatever you need. So definitely check out the Kickstarter campaign. That is where I'm going to be talking and promoting that all month. And we're currently, I think we had 4 backers, just launched a few minutes ago. So thank you so much to those people that jumped in early. I like doing campaigns. I like doing crowdfunding. It's a great way to get your work out to people. But it is stressful. It's stressful to have to set up the campaign. It's stressful to have to promote it. It's stressful to have to worry about hitting goal. And it's always a bit of a relief when you hit goal and you know the project is happening. I set what I believe to be an attainable goal with this one. I wanted to hit goal early so I could move on to stretch goals. So definitely check out the Kickstarter campaign in my bio. Psyched to have it. And thank you so much. John Yarborough, are you going to be adding the original art stuff? Yeah, there is an original art level. It's going to be, I don't have the page right here. Actually, yeah, let me show you. So where's all that original art? So I've been doing tight pencils. And so the original art that's going to be available is stuff like this. So that one and that one. And these will all be in this issue or future issues. These will all be covers. I'm going to probably digital ink these, but I like the traditional tight pencil look. I've been really enjoying drawing like that. So these are the original arts. This is some of the original arts that's going to be available. And this original art is either going to be in this issue or the next issue. And if I do, you know, if you prefer to have traditionally inked, yeah, I can totally do that. If you like the tight pencils, great. If you want like the tight pencils and blue line inks, I could do that too. So yeah, that original art level is available in the campaign. And as I make more art, I'll continue to add more art to the campaign. If people are like, "Oh, I love that, but I want this," happy to do it. You know me, John. Whatever you want. Whatever you want, man. Thank you so much for your support. John is a super backer. John is one of the people that I really, really appreciate, and I'm so happy that he jumps in early on my campaigns, and such an awesome dude, and so supportive, and has been for years. And really, I thank him so much. Thank you, John, so much for all your support and all your help with getting all these books created. It's so awesome to know that I have people that want the work I'm producing and appreciate the work and enjoy the work. And John is definitely one of those people. And thank you to everybody that's jumped in and checked out the campaign. The link is in my bio. Hit and Run on Kickstarter right now. Run, don't walk. Or hit and run, don't walk to Kickstarter right now. It's about Hitch and Runner Owens, who are vigilantes. They love comic books, and they decided that they want to fight crime in Shell City. They're the city that they live in. They're not happy with how the drug called shock has taken over the streets, and they want to fight back. So it's really a story about twin brothers and trying to make their world a better place. And in this universe, this reality that I've created for Hit and Run, it's not out of the ordinary for people to dress up or be heroes. There's not the sort of jaded. It's not as jaded a reality as ours, where if somebody dressed up, there'd be like people would think it was strange or silly. In the reality that this book is created in, it seems pretty logical. It's like, oh yeah, no, the comic books are a huge part of this society and this reality. And so they go, oh yeah, no, they're evil villains that are freaks. And why wouldn't there be heroes to fight those freaks? So it's just kind of one of those things where I love in comic books when people aren't as disoriented or confused by someone flying, right? Like if you look at a Superman comic, nobody ever goes, "Oh my God, that guy's flying," right? There's never something that comes up. They're like, "Oh yeah, of course he flies. I mean, Superman he flies." And so I like that idea, that sort of aesthetic where people are like, "Oh yeah, no, of course he dresses up like a mass vigilante and fights crime." I mean, of course you do. And it's just, I mean, the criminals are all insane, sociopathic, mutant freaks. Why wouldn't you have heroes that makes sense? And so Hit and Run are that sort of new group that love comics and want to emulate comics. Because in the Hit and Run universe, comic books are a big part of society. People talk about them, people enjoy them, and people, it's more like the comic books are emulating the reality as opposed to creating this escapism fantasy, which I think current comic books do. They instead are kind of like, yeah, no, there's heroes and freaks and monsters in reality. It's the comic book just portrays that, and as opposed to science fiction or escapism. So I think that it's a fun concept. I love drawing these characters. We're live on Kickstarter right now. Run, don't walk to Kickstarter and help us hit goal. I want to hit goal early. There's original art levels. If somebody grabs an original art level or a couple of original art levels, we'd be close to hitting goal. So check it out. I'd love to hit goal in the first few hours and then just stretch on to stretch goals. I really just need your help to get this book printed and shipped. And I'm psyched to have everybody check it out. I'm psyched to be able to talk about it. I've been kind of teasing it out, like, what is this book about? Who is it for? It's definitely a 90s over-the-top action comic. I love that kind of storytelling. So there's a lot of splash pages, a lot of action scenes, a lot of fights, kind of like Savage Dragon or, I don't know, what's a good kind of Batman, The Authority. I definitely wanted to have a lot of action, and I don't want it to be boring. I don't like when comic books are like tongue-in-cheek or trying to be funny or witty. I prefer, it's more like action and violence and some really graphic scenes, but nothing, R-rated. But I just don't like when comic books don't have a lot going on, where you're like, why did I just read that? It was just 22 pages, just people doing nothing. I prefer to have things occurring and having action move quickly. So Hit and Run right now on Kickstarter. Go check it out. Link is in my bio. Go to kickstarter.com/Batlantic Studios/Hit and Run or something like that. Something like that. You'll find it. It's there. And I'm just going to be doing some lives all day, trying to promote the book, trying to promote the Kickstarter campaign as live. Jump in the first 24 hours and I'll send you special stuff. I always send everybody extra stuff. But if you jump in early, I'll definitely hook you up with bonus things. I have a plan to kind of make sure everybody gets a lot of stuff. If anybody's ever backed any of my campaigns before, you'll know that what you're signing up for, you'll get what you're signing up for, but you'll also get extra bonus stuff. I had a guy reach out and he's like, hey, I only signed up for this and I got all this extra stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. I want people to get a bunch of stuff because they support my work and I appreciate it. And so I'm going to send them whatever I can. As long as it doesn't increase the shipping cost, I'm happy to just send out whatever's available. So that's how I roll. That's how I roll, as they say. I'm going to be doing these lives all week, all day. It's a Kickstarter launch day. It's always a bit stressful and exciting, but so Hit and Run. twin brothers, Hitch and Runner Owens, who love comic books, talk about comic books. Everyone in the book talks about comic books and their love of comic books and what comic books they're reading. So it's very much a comic book about comic books. So hopefully you dig that and it's something you're excited about. I always liked, like in Savage Dragon, when Savage Dragon was created a comic book about his life, and you're like, oh, wait a second, am I reading that comic book? Am I reading the comic book about Savage Dragon's comic book? Is it that meta? Am I that deep into it? That always kind of struck me. It's like you'd never hear characters in comic books talking about comic books. A couple of them, maybe Kick-Ass. I believe they talk about their love of comic books a little bit, but that was more like in our reality. Like what happens if comic books were in our reality, and it was very jaded and very critical. And in this reality, comic books are it's like a utopia for comic books. They're as popular or more popular than sports. Instead of people talking about football or golf or I don't know if golf's that popular right now, but if instead of talking about football or the playoffs and basketball or the newest movie they saw, everybody talks about the comic books that they're reading or enjoying. And I thought that was kind of an interesting twist where it's like, imagine if that was real, like in Japan, where manga is super popular. People could have a conversation. You could talk to your uncles or your relatives, and you could be like, yeah, I'm reading the new Six Man. And they're like, oh, wow, I just got that digitally. It was so great. Did you hear they're going to be making it into an omnibus and stuff like that? Or are you collecting the variant covers or stuff that we talk about in comic book culture, but it's in mainstream culture? So what would be the logical progression if comic books were everywhere and in this reality comic books weren't seen as being for a smaller audience? If it was very mainstream, then there would be people that would live out those comic book fantasies. So comic book about comic books, and hopefully that resonates with you. Hopefully you're like, that sounds like a fun idea. It is a fun idea. So go right now to Kickstarter. Links in my bio, kickstarter.com. The campaign has a few days left. It's running all of June, but you're not charged until the campaign ends. So if you're like, oh man, I'm kind of light right now, don't worry about it. You aren't charged until the campaign ends. So definitely go right now to Kickstarter. Help me hit goal. Help this comic book become a reality. I need you to help me get it printed and shipped. And there's original art levels available. You can have this drawing. This is going to be from issue 2, I'm thinking. So something like this, where I do type pencils over digital roughs, and then I'll probably digitally ink it, or maybe traditionally ink it. I don't know, see how I feel. So stuff like this will be available. And this is Runner. This is Runner Owens. So one half of the hit and run duo. Yeah, so I love working traditionally. I love doing like a hybrid technique of digital and traditional illustration. I think it's nice to be able to do both, and there's a lot of artists I think that do that. I think it's become more and more that they have to do digital because it's faster and you can do digital illustrations on the couch, whereas traditional art you kind of have to be at a drawing table. But I think that there's still a real benefit to doing whatever feels like it's the most fun. Whatever you wake up in the morning and go, oh, I can't wait to draw this because of this, that's what you should stick with. So if you're like, oh, I can't wait to draw digitally on the couch while I watch a movie, great, draw digitally. You're like, oh, I can't wait to draw traditionally at my drawing table in a studio, great, draw traditionally. Like whatever gets you motivated to sit at the table or move the stylus around, do that, because it's hard sometimes to get yourself focused, to get yourself engaged, and get yourself motivated. And so anything you can do to help that process along, paper mache, paint, gouache, digital, being inspired by other artists, drawing little short stories, drawing one-page pinups, drawing from a sample script, whatever you got to do to keep the pen moving, do it. So that's why I'm drawing traditionally now, because I was excited to draw traditionally. I'm like, been looking at a lot of Paul Putts here. There's a buddy of mine. He does incredible pencils, super tight pencils, like where you wouldn't even need them inked. And you're like, oh man, that's exciting and inspiring. Like I see that stuff. I'm like, oh, I want to try a tight pencil like that. And I think it can only help my art to just keep trying different things. And people have said lately, like, oh, your stuff's looking really good. I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm working hard at it. Trying to draw every day, trying to work on hit and run every day, trying to create stuff I think is fun and cool and exciting. And hopefully you enjoy my comics and want to share them and enjoy them. And if you go right now to Kickstarter, Hit and Run on Kickstarter, go check it out. You can also add on stuff, add on a shirt, add on a hat, add on Warhood or Engraved. Those are books I've done previously. You can add those on. You won't get charged until the campaign ends. So you can be a mega donor and get yourself drawn into the book as a villain. That's a very expensive reward tier, but it's doable. If you want to be in the book as a villain, I'd love to have you. And or you can get variant covers for yourself to sell, to have. If you always wanted to have a variant cover of your work on my comic, I'm offering that. That's available by either you or an artist I approve. And I think that would be fun. Or I can do the variant cover. If you're like, oh, I just want to have a variant cover that you do, great. Happy to draw you a special variant cover. And probably also throw the art in too if you grab that reward level. If you want to have 50 copies of my comic with the variant cover that I draw, I'll throw in the art too. I'll send you the original. I'll draw it all traditionally. And I'll get you your 50 copies of my comic with my special variant cover. And you'll have a special variant cover you could sell online or just have to give out Christmas gifts. Kind of a fun idea. I've given comic books as Christmas gifts before. So I think that's a fun reward level. So yeah, get drawn in the book. Help me fund this issue. And I got a bunch of fun stretch goals I'm going to unlock too. Original art like this, tight penciled original art is available. So go right now. Kickstarter, link is in my bio. Link is in the description if you're on YouTube. I'm live streaming this to YouTube and Instagram. I don't know where we're at currently. I can't see the campaign. If anybody wants to put in the comments, I don't know. I think we're at 4 backers. Thank you so much to all 4 backers that jumped in early. It means the world to me. Super appreciative. Hoping to hit goal early so we can roll into stretch goals. I'd love to be a project that Kickstarter loves. I've never been a project they love. I've done like 12 Kickstarter campaigns, and it's like never. And it's like, what do you have to do to be a project they love? I don't know. I don't know. I tried. I would like to be loved, but I think what you have to do is hit goal early. Maybe? I don't know. If anybody here works for Kickstarter, put in a good word for me. I'd love to be a project Kickstarter loves or likes. Just a project they like. They don't have to love me. They just like me. That's my need to be liked. So yeah, right now on Kickstarter, Hit and Run, my creator-owned 90s Chromium Mage action comic, available. Go right now. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. Hit and Run, comic book about comic books. Masked vigilante heroes versus freaks and criminals. I like it. Hopefully you like it. And definitely a series I want to continue doing. Just depends on if it's popular. If people back it, support it, and share it and fund it, then I can keep rolling with it. This Kickstarter is great to kind of figure out, like, is this a thing people want? Do they like these characters? Are they excited about this series? I hope so. I hope you dig it. I hope you like it. But out of my control. So hopefully you're into it. So hit and run right now on Kickstarter. Go right now. And let me know if you have any questions. Happy to answer any questions anybody might have about the campaign. Hopefully we hit goal early. And actually, I'll go do a check. I'm going to check the campaign. Hold on, checking the campaign. Where are we at? Looks like we're holding strong at 5 backers. Thank you so much to all 5 backers. If you haven't yet, go check it out because we're at 5 backers. You could be the 6th backer or the 7th or the 8th backer. Right now, Kickstarter, links in my bio. Go right now. Help us hit goal. I'd love to hit goal today. Let's just hit goal, get the whole goal thing out of the way, and then just start making comics. And you could be the person that helps us hit goal. You could make us hit goal right now. So go right now. Kickstarter, links in my bio. Thanks so much to everybody that has checked out the campaign and supports my work and enjoys my work. And yes, I have original art levels available. And you won't be charged until the campaign ends. So jump in right now. You could be the 6th backer. And hopefully you grab something cool, grab a cool reward level, get some original art, get a commission. If you want me to draw something for you, somebody's asking about me drawing something for them. Yeah, happy to draw something for you. Just go to Kickstarter and back the commission reward level, and happy to draw whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but happy to draw something. We can figure out what that something is. I do have to occasionally. I've been very lucky. I haven't had people ask me for things that are very outlandish. I know some of my friends, they're like, this guy asked me to draw this, and it's like, oh god, that's horrifying. So most of the stuff I do is, action comic oriented. So if you want a commission from me, go right now, hit and run on Kickstarter about twin brothers Hitch and Runner Owens who love comics and hate how the newest drug called shock is ruining their city. So they decide to become masked vigilante heroes, take the war to the streets, fighting Battleman and Deadface and a whole rogues gallery. Whole rogues gallery of villains and freaks and bad guys. And this is one of the main characters. This is Runner. And yeah, I love drawing these guys. It's so much fun. I wanted to have them have, and I'll show you the original art too. I'll show it again. So original art levels are available. So if you want to grab an original piece of art, these are drawings that are going to be sent out to backers. So hit and run. There you go. Hit and run. There you go. These are all type pencils. These are all going to be used in this issue or future issues. Deadface. Hit and run. Pin up. So if you want these drawings, go to Kickstarter, back the hit and run campaign, grab an original art reward level, and you'll get one of these sent to you. Or if you prefer, I can ink them. I can scan them and ink them. Then you can get a digital and a traditional. I don't mind doing that too. And I'm going to just keep drawing them because I like drawing traditionally like this. I've been really enjoying it. So I'm going to keep drawing with type pencils and digitally inking mostly. So if you have any questions, let me know. On Kickstarter right now, hit and run. Go get it. We're currently holding strong at 5 backers, 24% funded. You could be the 6th backer. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Happy to talk about the campaign with you. I'm live streaming here on YouTube and Instagram. And if you're on YouTube, the description has the link. And if you're on Instagram, my bio. A link is in my bio. There's a link tree. Kickstarter's right at the top of that. If you're watching this live, hey, let me know where you're watching from. And if you're watching this recorded, hey, did you back the campaign? Check it out. So yeah, this I like doing kind of a hybrid digital traditional. So what I might do next time or in the future is draw in, like some of these building things, windows and such. These could all be done digitally. And then could it be done digitally? Yeah, I could do all that digitally because I'm gonna ink it digitally anyway. Just do the figure traditionally. So I don't think I'd put the crop marks in there. That might be kind of fun. So then I'd have it really a hybrid where there'd be digital and traditional on the same piece of paper. I've seen people do that before. Even like right now, I could stop drawing. I have the figure blocked in. I like how that looks. It does look a little unfinished though. I don't know. And then I could go in and like draw this building digitally, draw this window digitally. Because it's a building and a window. I don't think people are going to be like, oh man, I got to have it all. Because the thing is, when you're doing a hybrid technique, I mean, that would be a hybrid technique. Like going in and doing all this shading stuff, it's got to be done digitally. Paint bucket tool, that stuff. So yeah, hit and run on Kickstarter all month. Go right now. Hit and run. Enjoy. Help us hit goal. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Happy to answer them. Hit and Run is about Hitch and Runner Owens, who live in a reality where comic books are very much part of mainstream society. It's not some sort of fringe niche product. It's available and everybody talks about it like football or basketball or any other sort of shared movies, right? People, instead of being like, oh, did you see the latest football game or did you watch the latest movie? They'd be like, oh, did you read the latest issue of Six Man? They'd be like, yeah, I love it. It was great, blah, blah, blah. So I want that to kind of be the world that Hitch and Runner live in, where it's very commonplace to be to see heroes and people dressing up as heroes without the sort of jaded reality that we currently live in, where if there's good guys and there's bad guys, and the good guys fight the bad guys. So that's what I'm doing. I thought it'd be a fun idea, and it is. It's a fun idea, and I'm enjoying it. And it's also just wrapped up in a fun 90s over-the-top action comic. So if you're like, geez, that sounds like a lot of thinking. Well, there's some thinking, but there's mostly just fighting and action. So that's the kind of stuff I like to draw. So that's the kind of stuff I create. I don't, I love Savage Dragon. I love how there's always a fight scene. There's always an attack. There's always something he has to overcome. It's that hero's journey sort of mentality. I love that stuff. So that's the kind of stuff I'm drawing and writing and creating. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully that sounds like a fun concept. Not too complicated. You'll get it. Once you see it, you'll be like, oh, I get it. You're like, yeah. And there's some sample pages up on the Kickstarter campaign. So if you're like, I want to see what this looks like. Well, it's a 28-page black and white Chromie Mage action comic with two vigilantes calling themselves Hit and Run. And it's a comic book about comic books. You know how like Seinfeld's a show about nothing? This is a comic book about something. It's a comic book about comic books. Enjoy. Hit and Run right now on Kickstarter. Link is in my bio. Go check it out. Help us hit goal. We were holding strong at 5 backers. And you could be the 6th backer. And maybe the 6th backer is the one that puts us over the top. I don't know. It's possible. And hopefully this is my biggest campaign ever. I feel like some of my more recent campaigns have been great. Hit goal and produce the work and sent it out. But I really love to have a campaign that like hit and was big. I think everybody kind of wants that. Nobody wants to limp to the finish line. Everybody wants to, find an audience for their work and sell a lot of copies and, be able to make more content and make more comics. So that's always what I'm trying to do, is find people that like what I'm doing and want to share it and support it, and then I can make more. And I have a few people that are very, very generous and kind with supporting my work. Some awesome patrons And I just need to find more people that like what I'm doing and want to back it. So you could be one of those new awesome supporters. Go right now to Kickstarter. That's way off the way off the guide there. Go right now to Kickstarter. Hit and run on Kickstarter. Links in my bio. Links in the description. And I'm gonna try to draw this well. Let's see. I have like a grid set up, but I didn't print out the grid very well. It's not super dark. It's kind of light. So honestly, I'm having a tough time staying on my guides here. Like you look at David Finch and his incredible. I mean, David Finch is a master of comic books. You'll see he like grids everything out traditionally on the page. He's done digital before. I've seen him using digital tools, but he's doing everything just graphite on paper. And man, that's cool. That's so hard. I don't think people appreciate how hard that is. Like, there's so many tricks and tips and techniques you have to know to just be able to start on the board. I asked Paul Pelletier that. I'm like, you don't do any roughs or layouts or digital? He's like, nope. Like, you just go blue line straight on the board. He's like, yep, read the script, blue line straight on the board, and then graphite. Different densities of graphite. And it's like, that's bonkers. I mean, I'm just so envious of people that can do that. Like, if I could just see it in my mind and then put it down on paper, it's like, wow, that'd be so awesome. And I think I'm getting to that point, but, you know, it takes years and years and years of just solid practice and really just pushing yourself to be able to get to that level. So I'm working on it, but, you know, like anything, work in progress. So I'll go through here and just kind of throw in a little bit of a... The other thing I love about David Finch's work is it doesn't use a lot of rulers. He'll throw in his grid line and then that's it. Everything else is just freehanding it. And I love that look. I love that sort of... It looks... there's sort of a natural sort of human quality to somebody just drawing directly without using any sort of assistance or guides, or it looks natural. It looks man-made, handmade. I love that feeling. So I'm trying to emulate that. So Kickstarter right now, campaign's running all month, but let's hit goal today. Jump in, enjoy. Bunch of great reward levels. If you got any questions, let me know. Happy to answer any questions anybody might have. And just gonna keep making comics and drawing and living my best life. So come along for the ride and enjoy. So yeah, hit and run on Kickstarter all month. See, like here, these were ruled right with a straight edge with a ruler. But then I go back over it, and I kind of like this sort of wavier line, right? That ruler line. It's like I don't think anything ever is that perfectly straight in reality. Even concrete or roof materials, like I don't know if it's ever that perfectly straight. And I think that's the thing that a lot of digital artists fail to realize or fail to recognize, is that, oh, you're creating something that's unnatural looking because it's too perfect. That's why I'm, you know, like if you look at Todd McFarlane's work, Mark Silvestri's work, Eric Larson's work, they have straight lines and ruled out lines, but that's a lot of organic, natural, human sort of shapes. So that's the kind of stuff I like. So right now, hit and run on Kickstarter. Go check it out. Links in my bio, and these lines are way off. Let's just get rid of them. These lines. So theoretically, I'm going towards a vanishing point here. Yeah. And here. That's better. There. That way. So yeah, hit and run right now on Kickstarter. Help us hit goal. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for enjoying my work. I'm going to be doing lives hopefully all week, hopefully all day. So definitely check out the Kickstarter campaign. We were at 5 backers. You could be the 6th backer, and all the backers that jump in early, I'll send you extra bonus stuff. If you help us hit goal in the first 24 or 48 hours, everybody's going to get extra bonus things. So if you know me, you know my campaigns. Appreciate you for your contributions to the. Oh, well, thank you, Zaya Kustis. Thank you. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I love drawing. I love making comics, and hopefully that shines through. Hopefully the people, when they read my work and see my work, they'll just see someone who's passionate about the art form, and just loves creating and telling stories and drawing. That's all I want to do, and so it's always so nice when people recognize that or see that that's what I'm passionate about. And my newest comic, Hit and Run, right now on Kickstarter is my best work yet, and I'm super excited to have it ready to go. But I need your help to get it funded. I need everybody's help to hit goal so I can print and ship these books out to people. So hopefully you like what I'm doing and you want to support it. It's on Kickstarter right now. So Hit and Run on Kickstarter. Go check it out and back it and share it and tell your friends. There we go. All right. That's looking pretty good. All right. Go to Kickstarter. Okay, bye.